Sell Your Car UK is back and delighted to offer for sale this absolutely stunning, and it really is, I will show you everything on this car, it is absolutely breathtakingly stunning, Mercedes-Benz E220 two-door coupe. It's on a 1995 M registration, has covered 180,000 miles in its 20-year history, is currently on its 7th owner, and as you can see from this video, and you will indeed see in this video, it is absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous. Really, it is in great condition. The current keeper, who's owned the car since about 2006, has just been meticulous with this vehicle. I'll show you all the service history in this film so you can see for yourself. It's got all the bills coming with it and has indeed also just had an MOT done. There are no advisories. I'll take you through that as well in due course, but I'm just going around the car so that you can see for yourself that it really is absolutely gorgeous. Now, there are some little marks on it. It is not straight out of the factory, although it may look like it right now. So I'll get up close and personal with the car just to show you exactly what you're looking at. So we'll start down here at the front, and just to show you here on the bumper, which has had a respray in its time, that there is a tiny little scratch just there. That's about it. No, there is more. So just to show you here on the bonnet, we've got these tiny little marks here, which looks like a mechanic may have leant over this gorgeous paintwork. Well, you can see me, hello. Just a tiny little bit of marks just there. Hopefully that's coming out on camera. It's a bit blurry, but hopefully you can see that. I'm being very, very fussy. This is a 20-year-old car, but I want to show you this because just in case you're thinking this is in concours condition, it isn't, but it is really, really good. The current keeper has actually done a full respray, including rust protection, on the wheel arches as well. So that has been protected against future corrosion. Really, I mean, no expense has been spared on this car. Just showing you this alloy wheel, tiny bit of curbing going on here. I think that's to be expected, but really in very, very good condition. And it's also even got these Pirelli tyres on it, also in great condition. Discs and pads are all good. I'll show you the service history. It's had new discs recently. It's just had new rear pads. So I'm just showing you now the condition of the car, just showing you there's no dings or dents or dimple dents or scratches down this side. The worst probably mark on the whole car is just here, which you can see there where some evil person has opened their door into this one clearly. But if I step back, you'll see that those marks, they just vanish. But I'm showing you them in case you're making a long journey down to see the car, your time isn't wasted. And indeed, if this car's for you, you know exactly what you're coming down to see. So I'm just showing you again another wheel arch here. No rust, no bubbles, nothing at all. It's in fabulous condition. Likewise, the wheel again, little bit of curbing going on down here. Now this has got a Goodyear tyre here at the back. And again, good brakes, pads and discs. The discs were changed in November 2013. I'll show you that. We've got all of the history for it. And indeed, if you want to get in touch with us here at Sell Your Car UK, then we'll run through all the details of that as well over the phone. Tiny little bit of a scratch just there. Bit of a shame. Easy enough to fix. It's not even on the bodywork, that's on the bumper. And as we come around the back of the car here, just to show you, no parking sensors. In 1995, a parking sensor was your eyes, and you looked over your shoulder or in a mirror. Now there is a tiny little bit of a crack here in the bumper that's been done, most likely by somebody else, because the person who owns this car cares very much for it. And I just want to show you as well on the boot here. So a couple of things. Unfortunately, bird lime, otherwise known as poo, otherwise known as something else, which I won't say in this video, has left its mark. I'm trying to show you that. There it is. I'm being very fussy. That's not a cloud. That is corrosion of the paint caused by a bird, would you believe? There's also some very light scratches on the boot here. You can see that here. I'm being very fussy. You would not even notice this if you came down to see the car, but I want you to see it because then you know exactly what you're coming down to see. And again, if I stand back from the car, I think you'll forgive those scratches. And you can see the paint really is gorgeous. It just shines like crazy in this video, and you won't have to worry about that. If you want to get that bird lime sorted, the only way to do it is to paint the boot. It's terrible, isn't it? Right, so we're coming down now the driver's side. Just to show you here, very, very clean. Again, all the rust has been sorted out, so there is no bubbles of paint, there are no rust spots. The wheel arches are all corrosion clear. There is, again, though, another little scrape going along here on this bumper. bit more severe than the other one. So you could, if you wanted to, get this whole bumper repaired and resprayed, probably looking at about 250, maybe 300 pounds, because it is quite a large panel. We can arrange that for you though here at SellYourCarUK, should you want to go that extra mile. Now, also on the back here, looking at this rear wheel, probably one of the more perfect condition, except when you come to the centre cap, it's lost a bit of its paint there. That's just a centre cap though. I'm sure you could get them on eBay if needed. A Pirelli tyre here. It's all odds and sods, but they're all good tyres, loads of life left in those, certainly more than legal tread. And if we're looking in here, hard to see in fact in this video, there we go. So you've got your brake discs there. They look a bit scored, but they're actually absolutely fine. That's just a bit of rust from it being sat. It was in fact garaged from November 2014 until May of 2015, which is actually the first time it's been off the road in years. We've got all of the tax discs to show it. Now there are some little marks along this door here where evil people with no thought or consideration for other people's prized possessions have opened their car doors into this one. So you've got these little tiny dinks going along here. Now there's actually no dents, there's no dings or anything like that. This is purely cosmetic on the face of the paint. You could touch this up, it would look absolutely fine. At least it would get rid of that white. We've not done that here because it's an honest car and we're showing it to you in the condition that it is in at the moment. Now as we make our way down this door, you can see again, no dents, no dings, no scrapes, no scratches. Really lovely condition. Even the wing mirror here hasn't been scuffed by a width restriction, which is quite rare in London, to be honest. Now as we come around the front wing, again, no scratches, no scrapes, no dents, no dings. There is, however, on the front bumper here, I'm being very fussy in fact. I don't even know if you can see that here on this camera, on this video, but you can see there is just a tiny bit. Well, that helped. The car just drove past and gave me a shadow. I'm wasting your time. The point is there is a tiny thing here. If you want to see it when you get down here, I'll show it to you. And again, another Pirelli tyre on this corner. So it's 3 Pirellis and 1 Goodyear. And this one has been curbed, probably the worst. Just showing you all of those edges around there. Great discs and pads again. So there we have it. That's everything you need to know about the exterior of this car. Just to show you here on the bonnet, really, really clean. No stone chips. No bird lime issues on this. The bonnet was resprayed probably about 2 years ago and really does look absolutely lovely. Like I said, no expense has been spared by the current keeper to maintain what is essentially a fabulous car. Now I'm going to take you inside the car now so that you can see the interior, and I'm going to be again as thorough as I was outside so that you're not missing anything. And we're going to start with the driver's seat, which, as I think you'd expect, leather interior, 180,000 miles, 6 previous keepers, currently on its 7th, you'll be the 8th. You're going to get some wear and tear. Now, if you want to have this leather conolized, you are able to do so at your own expense. The car is coming in the condition that you see it in this video, which does sadly include this. Believe me, it looks worse in this video. If I step back, in fact, and show you that from a little bit of a distance, you can see it's actually very small. It's probably about the same size as, let's say, half a golf ball. Does that make any sense? Do you know how big half a golf ball is? But I'm saying that to you just so that you know that when I come in close like this, you can see it actually looks a lot worse than it actually is. It's wear and tear, that's all it is, and it can't be helped. Likewise, you've got a little bit of wear on these Mercedes-Benz mats on the driver's side, where a heel has worn its way through over 180,000 miles. These mats are actually not the original mats. These mats were bought by the current keeper and he himself has worn them through. And if I just show you as well the steering wheel, a little bit of cracking going on here on the rubber, that's perished. You're more than welcome to sort yourself out a new steering wheel. I'm sure you could pick one up probably from a scrapyard, from a car just like this one. And there's even a little bit of braking up here. I'm showing you this because I don't want to waste anyone's time. Also, just to show you a few other bits and bobs, here we have the insert, the door panel, which looks really lovely with that ruffled leather, but just where knuckles have been hitting it over the years, as you put your hand through here to open the door, your knuckles rub, and that causes a little bit of wear just there. Would you believe it? But it does happen. Also, just to show you here, a little bit of wear here, probably from an ankle or a heel as somebody's getting in or out of the car. Now, very interesting thing here I'm going to show you now. Look at this. Now that seems like a death trap. That happens when the key isn't in the ignition and the car is not on. You can just pull the seat forward and get into the back. Once the ignition is on, that seat locks into place. Technology in 1995, it's probably further ahead than we are now, except for iPhones and YouTube. Anyway, looking in the back, there are some little marks on the leather in here. Needs to be fully valeted. We have done a full valet on this car. As you can probably tell, it looks absolutely lovely. But there are some things that sadly require a little bit more expense and time, which we were not able to perform. I'm sure with a nice negotiation, we can get those little marks out for you. Or if you're happy to live with them, why wouldn't you be? In the back here as well, you've also got an ashtray that's never been used for smoking, and a rather weird thing there, which is something. And here we have something that the valeters missed. Well, we'll get that cleaned up. That's a shame, isn't it? That has clearly never been out. Okay, fine, forget I showed you that. We'll get that cleaned. Test me when you come to see the car. Believe me, that will be spotless. Right, I'm going to jump in. Oh, that was a bit embarrassing. Just shows you this is an honest live appraisal on this video. So I'm going to jump into the car now, and just to continue with the condition, I just want to show you again a bit of cracking going on here on this leather armrest, purely from wear and tear. That moves out the way, and you've got a little storage bin here. Also looks like it's been missed by the valeters. Why am I showing you this? You've got here a case for your stereo system, which is an Alpine stereo system that's been fitted aftermarket with this very nice head unit here. I'll play that so you can hear for yourself. Again, coming to that now, this speaker up here kind of is a bit temperamental. Sometimes it works absolutely perfectly and lasts for days, if not weeks at a time, and sometimes it just decides it doesn't want to play the music. Maybe it doesn't like the music it's playing. Maybe it's got taste. In here we've got an ashtray and a cigarette lighter and a power socket. That cigarette lighter does, believe it or not, still work. Unbelievable. And over here we've got more floor mats and another lovely seat, which has also got a little bit of wear on it, as you'd expect, but not a great deal. Nothing like the driver's. Right, I'm going to turn the key in the ignition, which is over here rather strangely, and I'm just going to turn the key and you'll see that it starts first time and no issues. All of those lights go off, no warning lights, no nothing. The car has been fully inspected by ourselves here at SellYourCarUK. There is nothing wrong with the car, and it has just had a full year's MOT applied with no advisories. So you can see for yourself, it is idling absolutely lovely. I'll take my feet off the pedals, as you can see there, and it's just ticking over. Unbelievable. Like I said though, meticulously owned. These are really cool. You've got these on either side, which are seat belts that come out to meet you, and then when you take them, this one incidentally got a little bit of a break there, and then when you take your seat belt it goes back. Bye bye. Really cool, very, very cool. Also in this car you have a sunroof. Bit rare. Now it's a tilt and slide sunroof, so I believe, there we go, pushing up like that, tilts it up like that, pulling it like this, opens it like so. Lovely sunny day today, perfect day for a sunroof in a car. You've also got down here electric mirrors controlled here with this switch here. Both the electric mirrors are working absolutely fine, and also are the electric windows. These are the rears, and these are one touch down for the front windows here. In fact, I think they're all one touch down. No, they're not. Showed myself up there a bit. So there we go. So you've got all the electric windows, they all work. Again, hands-free. The driver's side works one touch down, but they are not one touch up. You've actually got a, oh no, terrible, isn't it? You actually have to press a button and hold it for those windows to go back up. So that is pretty much, I think, everything in the car inside. The other thing, actually, no, it's not. So you've got an alarm and an immobilizer. I won't show you where the immobilizer is in this video, should you wish to use it if you are the buyer of the car. This key here is not the original key. The ignition needed to be changed out by the current keeper. That was done a few years ago now. And when they did that, they had to have it with a key. So that is the key that starts the car. These are the original Mercedes keys, and you can even see, if the camera will let you, that there are Mercedes badges on those keys there. Very nice too. Not showing you. Show us please. Can we see the keys? You'll have to take my word for it. Those are Mercedes badges. Now this one here, just to show you here, is also an authentic Mercedes key with a Mercedes badge as well. I can't show you, just take my word for it. But those keys, the other ones, the originals, those still work the locks. And you've also got this Clifford alarm, which is central locking. So just a press of the button and those locks drop down. I think you can see that even with the bright sunlight. There we go. I'm just pressing this button here. So this key here won't open the door locks. this key here will, including the boot. Let's go to the boot, because in the boot are all of the docs. So we're just going to show you that now to round off this video, and you really do have quite a substantial amount of documents. I'm not going to go through it all here in this video. First thing just to show you is the number of former keepers here on the V5. So it's 6 former keepers. The current keeper is the 7th. You will be the 8th, just so that you are aware. That current keeper, I'm going to try to refrain from showing you names and addresses. So that current keeper bought the car at the end of November in 2006. So they've had the car themselves almost 9 years. First registered on the 13th of January 1995. MOT certificates, well, this is just beautiful. You have MOT certificates going all the way back to February the 26th, 2000. So we are only missing 2 of the MOT certificates from this car. You've got all of the old styles like that, then you've got all of the old styles that look like that, and then you've got all of the old styles that look like, wait for it, that look like that. Oh, in fact, no, fair enough. These are the ones that now have the mileages on them. I was going to say, and now you've also got all of the ones that verify the mileage. And this is the most recent MOT that was completed on the 18th of May 2015, with a mileage showing of 180,306. It's barely been driven since, less than 50 miles since, and it really is running absolutely lovely. Also coming with the car is the service history book, which is fully stamped up to July of 2014, and that last service was an inter-service and also included rear shock absorbers and a fuel pump as well. And that was all done on the 4th of July 2014. So its next service, and just showing you there, 175,926. Its next service, which you could argue is due in July of this year, is just going to be an oil change. Now, at the same time the MOT was done, it also had a brand new battery put on it as well. The car was in storage. That battery had gone a little bit flat, so a new battery was put in, and the brake pads as well at the rear, they were changed at the same time. So that was all done when it was MOT'd. Now we've got service history just as thick as your arm here, going all the way back to, I've got a service history, let me just try and grab this here, service history going all the way back to 4th of January 2003. It's not all the way back to the original service, first services, but in the book you do have all the way back to the original services. So if I just show you here, I'll try to, if it will let me. So the first services, it's got a pre-delivery inspection on the 13th of Jan 1995, and the car was originally from Normand Mayfair Limited in Park Lane. Very cool place to buy a Mercedes. And then we've got here a mileage of 13,000 on the 30th of March 1995, which is a bit odd. I think they meant 96 because obviously the car wasn't registered. Well, maybe it was. Maybe it did that in its first few months. There's no way of knowing unless you get in touch with Normand Mayfair Limited. It's quite possible. And then the no mileage registered on the 24th of April 1996. And then the mileage is registered here, and again all done by Normand Mayfair. You've got the stamps here. They're an official Mercedes-Benz dealer. Just shows you how absolutely useless some main dealers can be. They couldn't even be bothered to write the mileage in. But the service history goes on and on. Mercedes-Benz at 39,000 in 98, 99, 88,000 Mercedes-Benz, 92,000 in 2000. Then we're missing a little stamp here, and then we go to a BMW and VW specialist. So this, I'd imagine, is when an ownership changed hands. This is in July of 2001. Then we've got in May of 2002. Again, mileage has not been listed. We can assume that the mileage was 56,237 in this one, and they've just put it in the wrong box. And then likewise, this Camtech company, not quite able to read, has done it again. I'm going through all of this in this video. Why not? It's a lovely thing. 63,500 miles in May 2003, and then it goes to somebody who knows where to write the mileage, a company called Canberra Carriage in Oxford Road and Clacton-on-Sea in March 2004, probably another new owner change. And then 78,000 in October 2004, May 2005 at 88,000 miles, and then some of these stamps have even been used. And then keeping with Canberra, 89,500 miles in September 2006. And then we get to the current keeper. The current keeper has got all the bills that go along with these services as well. 22nd of January 2007 from Merck Care, who are a Mercedes specialist. The mileage here, again, not able to read, 91,500. and then 99,000 and change in October 2007, and then again July 2008, 108,000 miles, 119,000 miles, August 09, and now we're at a service centre specialist, a Mercedes specialist called White Rose Motors, who I actually heard of, very, very good. 131,000, somebody knows where to write the mileage, in August 2010, May 2011, again White Rose Motors, and then it goes to Premier Auto Care, who actually this customer came to us through Premier Auto Care. We use them for all of our cars. They are excellent. I highly recommend them, and they unfortunately also don't know where to write a mileage, but they serviced the car at 148 and change in February 2012, 159,000 and change in February 2013. And then, look at that, we've run out of space in the service book, so we're now going into the replacement of brake fluid bit, where they've crossed it all out and written full service, and that was done in November 2013, mileage of 168 and change, and then 175,926 for the last service done in July of 2014. And we've also got a full computer readout here that shows everything. The only thing I want to show you is there is a slight discrepancy on the computer readout, and it is a problem being done by this Premier Auto Care, who have unfortunately entered 073069 as the mileage instead of 17309,069. But that does, if you change that 0 to a 1, it does refer very nicely to the mileages in the MOTs and in the service book as well. So we know that mileage is just a slight mistake there. It shows up on the bills as such as well. Now this last service was a cash job, so there is no bill for it, but we can see here written in by the dealer, by Premier Auto Care, that the brake pipe, the supply and fit, it says brake pipe make, I don't know what, I don't think they made a brake pipe, maybe they did, supplied and fitted in January 2014. Then in July 2014 they also had rear shocks and springs, which I assume is this one here, July 2014, rear shocks and springs, and then rear discs and pads in November 2013. The discs are still good, the pads we've had changed, and those pads were changed on the 19th of May 2015. And as I say, all the bills are here, so you've got Premier Auto Care bills, you've got all of these bills here from White Rose Motors, you've also got the bills here from Merc Care Limited, going all the way back to 2006, all with the current registered keeper, and that is all coming with the car. If you want to have a good thorough look through all of that, I really advise it, because it's amazing. You're more than welcome to do so. And then we've also got here all of the tax discs from the current keeper from 2006 all the way up to 2014, which is here somewhere, unless it's just blown away. It has blown away. Here it is, 2014, when it was last had a tax disc. It's not coming with any tax, the tax rules have changed. Now, that's absolutely everything. That was a bit thorough, but I want to be thorough. I want to make sure you know you are getting a fabulous car. There's a spare wheel under there as well, with loads of life left on it as well, should you need it. And there we are. There is absolutely everything that you need to know about this absolutely stunning car. No, it isn't. And I've got to be quick because the battery's going to go soon. So I'm going to pop the bonnet because I want to show you under here the condition of the engine. I wouldn't normally do this. We're not mechanics. You can by all means have an inspection done on the car. We're not going to drive the vehicle in this video. You can drive it yourself on a test drive. That's the best way to do it. So I just want to show you under the bonnet here. There is that new battery that was just put on. We've got a lovely original engine, never been changed. This plastic cover here has a little bit of a crack in it, but that is just the cover. That's not the engine itself. Otherwise, why would we be selling it? And as I say, it was last serviced in July 2014. Hardly been driven since then. It's probably done about 5,000 miles, if that. The only thing I want to show you that might be of concern, which you're more than welcome to sort out, it's not structural, but you can see my foot. There's my foot. So there is this little hole here. A good bit of welding will seal that up, no problem whatsoever. It's not structural. It wasn't even picked up or registered on the MOT. So if you want to get that sorted out, well, we can help you to do so. But it is coming on the car, and that is the only bit of rust you can see down this side. And by all means, like I say, you're more than welcome to come down and fully inspect this vehicle. So that's everything. The engine, the boot, the inside, the outside, the sunroof, everything. What more do I need to tell you? Let me think. Nothing. Oh, I can breathe at last. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it's shown you everything you possibly could ask to see. So we may have saved you the journey of coming down to see it, or indeed if you do come down to see it, you know exactly what you're coming down to see. But there is only one place that you can get this car, and that is exclusively through SellYourCarUK. Thanks for watching.